I thought today's video, I might actually show you some of this gear in action. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I got my little induction cooktop here. So if you're wondering which one this is, I know I haven't shown this one much before. I'm going to do a review video on this, but not today. This is a Smart Touch slimline. It's Australian design, purpose built for RV, barbecue and recreational use. So we're going to cook some honey soy chicken. And switch that on. So if you're wondering what my temperature of the fridge is, mine is 25.7 and the fridge is at 2.7 degrees Celsius. So how cool is that? Turn this on. So guys, I was just going to come out here and just cook this for the heck of it, so I thought I might as well put it on film, seeing you guys haven't seen me actually put this gear in action of much of late. Now this will run no problems just through the inverter. I don't need AC power. I can just pull over the side of the road anywhere, pull out the induction cooktop, plug it into the 240 volt and start cooking. I've also got the air fryer oven as well. I've got my automatic coffee machine, cappuccino, latte machine here, all ready to go. All I've got to do is just put the pods in there, milk frother, the whole works, self-cleaning, very quick. Boils in 3 seconds as well. But you would have seen the video on that if you followed my channel. If you don't, I've got a video just on that. And just off to the left here, I've got my ice machine that's full of ice. So in fact, I'm going to grab some of this ice right now and enjoy a cold drink while I'm waiting for this to cook. Sarsaparilla. Now my fridge, I am very happy with it, guys. I couldn't be any more happier. For you people saying, nah, it's not going to work, it's no good. Well, don't knock it until you try one, guys. You only got to search on YouTube and you'll notice there's a lot of YouTube channels out there now that talk about the upright fridges and gone back to the upright fridges. And honestly guys, I don't think I've seen one bad review on them. Most of you guys go out and purchase the Bushman ones. I didn't go for the Bushman ones. Mainly 2 reasons, because the Bushman ones have got a very small freezer in them and freezer space is very important to me. So these Dometic Coolmatic CRX 110L, which is 110 litres. I've got the largest freezer of all the uprights that I could find at this size. So that saved me from having to run an additional freezer as such, guys. So if I open it up, you can have a look. You can see there, that's all freezer. And I have got sausage rolls and drumsticks in there. There is 17 drumsticks in there and a couple of sausage rolls, and I've still got more room there. How awesome is that? So excuse me guys, I'm just going to grab a drink here. It's a bit of a blog video, this one. Vlog, I don't know, is it a B or V? I think it starts with a V, vlog. I think I'm going to start doing more of these vlog style videos when I'm out and about. pull up at a park or somewhere and act camping, get my camera gear out and do a bit of video showing this gear in action. Now, that's the beauty with the Induction Cooktop, is the fact that it's quite a nice southerly breeze blowing today. So we're up in central Queensland in the middle of summer, and boy, I tell you what, the weather, I love the weather, guys. This is just so different. I know for you guys who've been following Mr. Buckaroony in some of these channels of late, how he's been sweltering in the heat. It's been a bit of the opposite here. The weather is just not too hot, not too cold. It's just ideal. There's a little bit of humidity now. Looks like there's a storm brewing, so I have to make this video quick, guys, because it could be raining soon. So behind you, there's some dark clouds there. It's a little bit humid. There is a storm forecast. But the past week and a half, or even close to 2 weeks, I have not had to turn the aircon on in the house. It's been so pleasant here. Probably ideal camping weather. So I should be really going out camping, shouldn't I? Oh, that's good. So that's full now. That's full of ice. Now, while this is cooking, let's talk about some of the videos I might be coming up with soon. You see up here, I've got like a bit of a panel here, and it's got my BMW 712 battery monitor here to the left, and to the right in the middle here I've got my HD Touch Victron screen that's with the hack, the mods and that, showing all the temperature gauges, etc. And then to the right of that I've got the digital multi-control that controls my inverter directly, so I can switch it on and off via that, and it's got a knob on there where I can adjust the input power that's coming in from shore power or generator, which is a huge advantage, guys. It's a huge advantage. As you know, if you watched any of my build videos on the draw system that I've got here, how hot it can get in this shed. So this shouldn't take too much longer to cook. Just going to turn these around. I could cook these a lot faster, but I don't like the skin all burnt and hard. I don't like eating charcoal, guys. Not really a person that has charcoal. Like you guys in America, notice when you do your roast and that, you got this really thick charcoal layer on the outside. I kind of bypass that and go straight to the meat. And I tell you what, you guys know how to cook roast and steak and meat and that over there, but I'm not fond of that real thick charcoal layer. For me, the taste, majority of it, the taste is a little bit too strong for me. And I don't like that hard crust on the outside. So I've got this Smart Touch slimline set at 500 watts. So it doesn't mean it's going to run continuously at 500 watts. So what it's doing, it's recycles. So they advertise these compatible with your smaller inverters, but I don't really think they could run on the smaller inverters, because if I have a look, guys, I'll bring my phone up and do on my phone so I don't have to turn my back on you. And just open up the VRM portal. That'll connect me to this system here, and I can see exactly what it's drawing. So when it's on, it is drawing, right now it's drawing 1220 watts, 1230 watts, and now it's switching off. Now it's come back on. So when it switches off, your AC loads drops right down. So it's about 1230, 1240. I was using this the other day and it was running around about just 1030 maximum. So it's about 1200 here at the moment, which is interesting. Could be because it's a bit cooler today. It's a bit of a cooler breeze. So you can see from that it's actually going to require an inverter of at least 1600 watts minimum, I would say, to run this. Now if I run it at 1000 watts, you could actually put it on 1000, won't leave it on there too long, and see what it's drawing. So it's continuously drawn about to 1200, 1230. So it's continuously drawn, so it's not cycling, it doesn't turn on and off. But I'm going to turn that back down now, because I find when you're cooking honey or soy chicken, it might take a little bit longer, but I like to cook it at a lower heat. And also these non-stick pans, find 1000 watts can tend to get a bit too hot for them, and it burns the coating. It comes out black. So as you know, electric. Most of when I'm cooking now, I'm using electric appliances. So basically I've replaced my Travel Buddy with my air fryer. Now you might think, oh, that's not a good idea, but I tell you what guys, you can go buy a little $50, $60 air fryer, and in my opinion, it works better than any of these 12-volt ovens. Now, a lot of misconception, a lot of you is thinking, okay, you got your, 12-volt oven, but a 240-volt air fryer, that's going to use a lot more power. Doesn't work that way, guys. Doesn't work that way. In fact, it works out that you use around about the same power because they cook so quick. And not only that, the product it cooks is so much better because you can get that higher heat out of them. Now I've got two. You would have seen the Air Roaster Pro, where I can do a roast in there. It's got a rotisserie, so it actually turns around. It's got a bowl where I could do fries, sausages in there, bacon in there. Basically just about anything I cook in here, I can cook in that. But I've also got another one, a little, same company, a little air roaster. It's around about the 3 litre one, which is enough for me if I'm going camping on my own, and most of the time I do, I just about always do. That's all that I require, that's all I need. So I can cook fries in there, I can cook steaks in there, I could cook sausage rolls in there, I could even probably cook this in there as well. Now, big example, okay, let's do an example. I want to talk a bit about the difference between the one I've got the Travel Buddy, the Australian version Travel Buddy 12-volt oven. It hasn't been inside this vehicle for quite a long time now. Because I've got the little Air Roaster Pros just stored behind the passenger seat. It always stays there. Now I'll be driving along the highway and I don't have to pull over about 2 hours beforehand or whatever. Grab some frozen pies or sausage rolls, put them in the Travel Buddy, turn it on and have it cooking while I'm driving along. And then I'll pull up at the rest stop area and my meal hopefully is cooked by then. So most of the time it's not. So hopefully it's cooked by then. So what I do, I just get the frozen pies out of the freezer or sausage rolls and just put them. I don't bother thawing them out, I just put them inside. So it takes about 2 hours, and over those 2 hours you're usually consuming about 20 amps, okay, 20 amps plus. Now it doesn't really matter because you're driving along, but when you're at camp, you're still producing that 20 hours. But remember, it takes 2 hours to cook. And plus the pies and the sausage rolls don't come out the same as if you're cooking in a 240-volt oven or so. So now what I do, I'd pull up, I'll drive along and I'll pull up at a rest area, grab my air fryer, plug it in the 240-volt, switch her over to inverter, grab the frozen sausage rolls, put them in there, 10-15 minutes later they're cooked. That's all it takes, and they cook a lot better. And if you look at the consumption, you'll be lucky if you've gone through 20 amps. Sometimes even less. There's been times that I've actually cooking the same item in a Trouble Buddy, and I've run tests here, guys, and I've actually used less amperage out of my battery cooking with the air fryer than I did with the Trouble Buddy. See, the thing with the air fryers, which has surprised me, is how efficient they are. The air fryer, once they get to heat, and they quickly get to heat, very quickly, boom, they shut down. And they're quite well insulated. Even the cheap $50 one that I bought that I carry in my car all the time, heats up really quick. And then once it gets that temperature, it sits there for a while before it starts up again. So it kind of cycles on and off exactly as this one here is. Okay guys, these are just about cooked. It's going to leave them a bit longer. When they're finished cooking, then that'll be the end of the video. Let me grab another drink here. Well, you probably hear that gurgling sound. Don't know if you hear the ice machine dropping ice every so often. Potato bake and coleslaw in the fridge as well. So when this finished cooking, I'm just going to eat that. Now I did a live, for the first time I did a live Instagram the other day, and I pretty much cooked a similar meal. So what I'm doing now is just cooking the leftovers, what I've got left. So that kind of surprised me with the Trouble Buddy, with the air fryer. And the little air fryer I got, it draws maximum 1000 watts. So if you've got an inverter, now I don't think it'll run if you've got a 1000 watt inverter. You're still going to need something 1500, 1600 watt. So my recommendation, if you want to go into set up something like this, you want to go minimum 1600 watt, and that's just something you got that's really reliable. I mean, if you're going to go buy a King's brand, a cheaper brand, or something like that, I've got the Victron, and when they rate at 1600 watt, you will get that 1600 watt as long as the ambient temperature is below 25 degrees Celsius, 25 or below. Anything higher than that, then the heat that generates tends to lower the capacity down, okay? So then you get less. It gets to the point, like for example 40 degrees Celsius ambient, you're looking at 1400 watts then. So it'll still run this no problems, but it will struggle to run my Air Roaster Pro. So in the cooler weather it will run the Air Roaster Pro. But that's not the major issue. The major issue there, for running my Air Roaster Pro, the bigger oven, I have to have either shore power or generator to assist it when it's running. Because, I mean, when the weather's cooler, my inverter should be able to handle it no problems. Because my iTech World battery is not capable of doing a continuous draw of some 165, 170 amps that it requires, that it takes out of the battery to get you that 1550 watts. I find the continuous is around about 140 max. But one day I'm going to change it. I'm going to change to, in the future, I'm going to change to a battery that'll give me at least 200 amps continuous draw. So then that way I'll be able to run my Air Roaster Pro without having some assistance with shore power or a generator. Now there's nothing wrong with running the shore power or generator, depending where you're camping. Like most places I go camping, there is no electricity. So it's pretty rare that I ever go anywhere that's running electricity. So it's depending where I'm camping. If I'm going somewhere that's fairly remote, I will take the generator with me. And in fact, I prefer to take my little generator than solar panels. It's less work setting it up. If it's raining, I've still got power. And I only got to run the generator for max 1 hour at idle per day to cook a couple of meals in my Air Roaster Pro and to charge the battery up. That's it, max. In fact, I went away camping last September for a week, just over a week. And in that week period, I'm monitoring the generator use. I only took the generator and I cooked everything with 240 volt. I had the Air Roaster Pro and I pretty much cooked everything in there, running everything off that. And I only had to run that generator on idle for 5 hours for the whole week. And I think it was something like 8 days we were away there. So Stephen and Annie from FJ Camping and Cooking, if you're watching that, you'll know which camping trip that is. That's the one we went up to Damn Crazy campsite, which is awesome place. Right, that's cooked. So just switch that off. Just have a quick drink here. So guys, it's a bit of a test video to see if you guys like it. Let me know if you want me to do more type of videos like this when I'm out and about. And, you know, doing a cooking video or going to a store or something and talking about some gear, etc. Doing reviews or something, you know, at some of the places. Let me know if you're interested in more videos like this. If you are, I'll start filming them. So guys, my meal's ready here now. So I'm going to go enjoy this. So in the meanwhile, look after yourself, be kind to everyone, and please subscribe, put a like, and see you next time. Cheers.